community, and welcome to the closing ceremonies 2019-2020. I can't believe this day has actually come. Not only because this has been such an extraordinary year, but because this is the last time I have to make a speech. Actually, I'm quite happy about that. I wanted to take this moment to thank Mr. Grieve and the board for taking a risk on the very pushy English lady 14 years ago. It has truly been a privilege to help with the growth of this wonderful school. Emigrating from the UK, I could never have imagined this was in my future. I have to admit, I really was pushy. I walked in Mr. Grieve's office in August 2006. He'd only been at the school a few days, introduced myself and started helping him to write his first parent letter. The rest is history. I am so proud of all that we've achieved as a community. Developing a new campus, which involved presentations to the City Council and countless on-site meetings, adding a grade every year while developing, modifying and changing the curriculum, annually welcoming new students, teachers, staff, families, establishing traditions including deciding on our first school mascot Griff and our house teams, and continually creating and modifying policies and procedures to ensure we all remain safe. To be a part of this over the years has brought me so much joy and just the right amount of challenge. However, I have to say that helping to develop a junior school online programme in 2 weeks was perhaps a little more challenging than I would have liked, but what an incredible achievement. School is like a train journey. It is usually a smooth ride, but occasionally there are hills to climb, obstructions on the line, and tunnels to get through. But on board, you are surrounded by people who are there to support and guide you. We certainly have a bit of an obstruction on the line right now. However, it has to be said that we have all come together and shown such resilience. Students, you should all give yourselves a huge pat on the back. You are an incredible group of humans, and I know that I will always have a very special place in my heart. Parents, you should do the same. You have all completed the first term of your teaching practicum. A little feedback. Strong coffee to start the day is highly recommended. Alcohol while teaching is not. Grade 5s, I will be seeing you later, but thank you for all your leadership this year and all that you have contributed to the Aberdeen Hall community. I know you will go on to do great things in the middle school. I do know that when we are through this obstruction, we will recognise that the experience has made us wiser, stronger and better prepared for the future. Whose IT skills haven't improved 100%? Teachers, wow, what an incredible group of educators. Your passion for what you do shines through every day. We are so very lucky to have you and I have been so privileged to have worked with you. I wish Miss Turnpenny and Miss Hazeldine all the best in their new role. None of our accomplishments, from creating a new campus to creating an online programme, could have been achieved without two things: the incredible teamwork of all members of our Aberdeen Hall community and the kindness we show to one another. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank every one of you for the warmth, support and respect you have shown me over the years. We truly are a remarkable community. As we age, we are often asked about the kind of legacy we would like to leave behind. For me, the answer is an easy one. If I can ask to be remembered for one thing, let it be the promotion of kindness. As Amelia Earhart so beautifully said, a single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees. The greatest work that kindness does to others is to make them kind themselves. So I'd like to say goodbye, and I wish everybody all the very best for the future. Students, I will always love you, and you will always be in my heart. Thank you. I'd like to turn the stage over to Ms. Turnpenny.
Thank you, Mrs. Ray. It is my pleasure this morning to present the Faculty Award to students in kindergarten and grade 1. Our first kindergarten student excelled in all areas of the curriculum, especially in reading and writing. She consistently used teacher feedback to improve her work, making giant leaps in her learning. A kind, gentle, and considerate friend, this student could always be counted on to include others in her play. She was an active listener during lessons, often contributing thoughtful questions and connections, working cooperatively with others, and like Wolf and Raven, this creative thinker built on others' ideas to create imaginative group projects. It is my pleasure to present the first kindergarten award to Madison Andrich. Our next student receiving the kindergarten award this year possessed a steady, even-keeled approach to school, which allowed her to excel in all areas of school life. Her confidence blossomed over the year, and she learned to accept mistakes as part of the learning process. She consistently exhibited a well-rounded character, easily exemplifying all of the core competencies as taught through the Griffin Code. This student excelled at thinking critically and applying what she had learned. Her strong work ethic and enthusiasm for learning allowed her to experience academic success across the curriculum, including consistent and thorough participation in the online learning program. A kind, caring attitude and loving nature make it a pleasure to present the Kindergarten Award to Isla Williams. Moving on to grade 1. This student has been a leader in our classroom and did an exceptional job modeling the Griffin Code. The consideration he demonstrated toward his peers was exceptional. He was always ready with a helping hand and demonstrated the importance of empathy and a gentle attitude. The passion this student has for nature and conservation inspired all of us to learn more during science lessons, and he set the wonderful goal for himself to become a future zoologist. He worked hard each day and approached every task with care and a positive attitude. I am thrilled to present this award to Nico Blacquier. And finally, one of this year's grade 1 recipients is a very responsible, cheerful, polite, and enthusiastic individual who always puts forth his best effort. He is a confident yet calm leader who listens to others and shares his own ideas thoughtfully. He contributes to the classroom with his caring and humorous attitude and can always be counted on to show respectful behavior and a considerate attitude towards his teachers and classmates. He is a creative thinker during ADS&T and science projects and consistently demonstrates a great work ethic, always taking care to complete his work to the best of his ability. It is my pleasure to present this award to Sterling Vigor. I would now like to turn it over to Mr. Grieve to present the Head of School Award and the 10-Year Pin Award.
Hi, Mr. Grieve here, and it is my pleasure to award the Head of School Award. Over the course of the year, 2 grade 2 students have exemplified all aspects of the Griffin Code. They have been positive leaders, good friends, and excellent role models for their classmates. These students approached all tasks with a smile on their face, and their effort was second to none. Both students showed resilience in the face of adversity and met new challenges with the desire to succeed. They meticulously completed all of their assignments to the best of their ability and always accepted and acted on feedback with a positive attitude. Mr. Spenlove, Ms. Corbett, and Ms. Schurz have said that they have been a pleasure to have in their homerooms. I am delighted to present the Head of School Award to Tilly Bremner and Charlie Williams. Congratulations. I would now like to present the 10-Year Pin. At Aberdeen Hall, one of our defining features is the wonderfully special community we have. Each year, we like to recognize those individuals who have been a part of our community for 5 or 10 years. This year, the recipients of the 10-Year Pin are 2 educators who continue to make an incredible impact on student learning in the junior school. They work closely with children in kindergarten to grade 5, helping students grow into vigorous readers, powerful writers, and strong mathematicians. Most importantly, though, they provide students with the care and support that helps each child approach the day with confidence and enthusiasm. Please join me in congratulating Julia Schramm and Ms. Jessica Garreau for their 10-year pins.
Thank you, Mr. Grieve. Today, I am pleased to be presenting the 5-year pins. The 5-year pins is a special acknowledgement for those staff and students who have been part of the Aberdeen Hall community for the past 5 years. For our staff and students, this is a moment for you to look back on your first day here. Whether it was your first day at a staff meeting, your first day in your new homeroom, or your first day of kindergarten, we thank you for being a part of our school. The staff who will be receiving their 5-year pins are Mrs. Wiesenthal, Miss Weaver, and Mr. Spenlove. Congratulations. The students who will be receiving their 5-year pins are Jada Assam, Liam Barker, Liam Blom, Jack Braff, Bryston Campbell, Rowan Church, Liam Cormier, Aidan Gable, Dylan Geisen, Dominic Goslin, Kate Hawley, Hayden Jex, Caden Knight, Adam Laney, Coco Larson, William Lee, Marcus Manola, Simone Mostowi, Sophia Paluzzi, Lenny Redden, Taya Renew, Andreas Switzer, Ethan Seeger, Olivia Sexton, Brianna Tallarico, Annabelle Thorne, Zoe C., Julia Valdez, Tally Vardy, and Yarko Yagelniski. Congratulations. I would now like to turn it over to Mr. Steve Voloshin to present the Guild Award.
Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to be able to present the Guild Award this year. The award is presented to the top 2 Grade 3 and Grade 4 students who best exemplify the qualities of leadership, citizenship, and who model Aberdeen Hall's high academic standards. This student is a model citizen of Aberdeen Hall. She was a constant bright spot in every day and had the great ability to turn every moment into a positive one. Her excellent attitude and fabulous sense of humor would uplift her peers in any circumstance and made the classroom a fun place to be. She was a great leader in class and took the ability to a school-wide level while serving on student council, where she led many great initiatives. Academically, she shined brightly and took great pride in her work, always working hard, taking her time, and checking it over before turning it in, resulting in pieces that were high quality and worthy of framing. Please join me in congratulating Charlie Knight as the recipient of one of this year's Guild Awards. The following award goes to a student who has had a truly outstanding year in Grade 3. He has demonstrated exceptional personal growth, developing many new friendships, and cheering on his classmates in their successes. During school play, he took on a leading role, allowing his newfound confidence and creativity to shine through. Unparalleled in his academic achievement, his keen attention to detail allowed him to excel across all subject areas and set a brilliant example for his peers. In the classroom, his laughter and excitement for learning was contagious and helpful to create a joyful environment. Please join me in congratulating Weston Butler as the recipient of the Guild Award. One recipient of the Grade 4 Guild Award is a well-deserving young lady who strove for success each and every day in Grade 4. She has matured beyond her years and showed enthusiasm for learning, constantly applied feedback from one assignment to another, had a strong sense of self, and was an active leader among her peers as a student council member. Her positivity and her smile were truly infectious to those around her. I am pleased to present the Guild Award to Capri Pike. Every once in a while, a student enters a classroom who possesses an ineffable passion of all aspects of school life. One such student was a member of the Grade 4 class this year. This student completed classwork with enthusiasm and always sought out enrichment materials to deepen her understanding. She ran for student council with the desire to make positive changes. And although she did not receive the position, she demonstrated grace and genuine support for the new representatives. She also showcased her excellent athletic abilities on the Grade 5 basketball team, a pure baller, according to her coach. I am pleased to recognize Zoe C. as one of the recipients of the Guild Award. And now I'd like to turn it over to Miss Ray. Miss Ray, take it away.
Thank you, Steve. But first, we'd like to have a look at these students. done, Charlie. Weston. Zoe and Capri. Well done. I have the pleasure of announcing the Junior School Award. This young lady was an outstanding role model and natural leader amongst her peers. She was diligent and determined in every aspect of our school days, from becoming a house team leader and participating in student council to excelling across all subject areas. She always put her best foot forward with a positive attitude and growth mindset. Her humour and enthusiasm were contagious. She took on learning holistically and passionately. Through her years in the junior school, this young lady has strived towards success and proved to be a well-rounded and valued member of our school community. I am beyond pleased to award this Junior School Award to Hannah Harris. This young man is a gentleman in every aspect of his demeanour and can always be relied upon to do the right thing and to make the right decision. From volunteering his time to help with preschool students to delivering lunchtime announcements with pride, this student has emerged as a strong and positive role model for others. Enigmatic and a strong leader of the junior school, he consistently modelled each aspect of our Griffin Code in an exemplary manner, put his heart and soul into learning, and always treated the younger students, his peers, and his teachers with the utmost respect. It is with great pleasure that I present this year's Junior School Award to Ethan Collier. Well done, students. I'd now like to hand over to Miss Hazeldine and Mr. Smallridge for the Griffin Athlete Award.
I'd like to present the Male Junior School Athlete Award. Our male recipient represented Aberdeen on 3 sports teams, including soccer, volleyball and basketball. He arrived bright and early for the FIBA morning basketball sessions, always showing enthusiasm regardless of the early starts. In term 3, he was planning to be involved with the cross-country running club, golf club and the touch rugby team. Being his coach for 2 of the sports this year, I've been able to witness his sporting abilities often, and I know he would have had great success at the Apple Bowl for the track and field event. He scored goals in soccer and buckets in basketball, but what impressed me most was his sportsmanship, his coachability, positivity, his competitive but kind nature. We wish him all the athletic success in the middle school. The Male Junior School Athletic Award is awarded to Chase Zacharias.
Wow, congratulations to Chase. Good morning, wonderful junior school. Our female recipient represented Aberdeen on the soccer, volleyball, and basketball team. She even got up really early in the mornings to attend our FIBA morning basketball sessions. In term 3, she was planning to play on the touch rugby team, run cross country, be on the golf club, and I have no doubt that she would have placed in the top 6 for many events on our track and field day. She was extremely dedicated to her craft, she led by example, she demonstrated wonderful sportsmanship, and always had and has a huge smile on her face. Before I announce our recipient, I would like to warn you that you are about to witness history in the making, as our winner is the twin to the male recipient. The Female Junior School Athletic Award is presented to Addie Zacharias, also known as Addie the Unicorn. I would like to now turn it over to Madame Browning to present the French Award.
Thank you, Ms. Hazeldine. Today, I will be presenting the Junior School French Award for the very first time in Aberdeen Hall history. This award is to recognize an individual in grade 4 or 5 who demonstrates not only strong academic ability in French, but also a passion towards the culture and a willingness to extend their learning beyond the classroom. The recipient of the French Award this year is a true étoile. From the start, she was always a stern follower of the French-only rule. You'll often hear her reminding her peers, pas en anglais, which means not in English. She never shied from an opportunity to join in a discussion or ask a question to further push her understanding of the language. At home, she continues her learning far beyond what is expected, engaging with movies, apps, and books in French. Madame Albright and I have been continuously impressed with her inquisitive nature and eagerness to excel over the years. Please join me in congratulating our very first Junior School French Award recipient, Tally Vardy. I would now like to turn it over to Miss Watson to present the Music Award.
Choosing one music award was a difficult decision for the music department this year. With so many outstanding students, we have come to the agreement of selecting 2 recipients at the grade 5 level. Our first recipient displayed many attributes of a musical leader. They consistently worked hard, set goals, and took on new challenges throughout the year. Teamwork, camaraderie, and friendship were evident when this student attended music class. They were eager to set up an inspiring example of excellence while continuing to help others excel too. This student encompassed all these traits and more, including their ability to make the class laugh. The music department would like to present the 2019-2020 Music Award to Kevin Chow. Our next award winner was a diligent learner and showed dedication towards consistently growing in their musical understanding. Their positive nature and love for music became a benchmark of success in music. This student attended each music class with a smile and was quick to lend a helping hand towards their classmates. They never missed a deadline or an opportunity to learn something new, and early on in the school year was given the nickname Greatest of All Time. On behalf of the music department, it is my pleasure to present the 2019-2020 Music Award to Olivia Wilson. I would now like to turn it over to Mr. Brent Sharp to present the Drama and Visual Arts Award.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. Okay, today we're going to recognize 3 students for their outstanding achievements and contributions to the arts in the categories of both dramatic arts and visual arts at the grade 5 level. The students receiving the grade 5 Dramatic Arts Award have proven themselves as strong actors with huge hearts for the last 3 years. From Harry Potter to Shakespeare, they demonstrated a very strong awareness of self and the ability to take on a variety of roles. My number 1 direction for most of my drama students is, be louder! But not for these 2. They share a powerful ability to project their voices, and they laugh at microphones. Finally, they are both very talented when it comes to memorization, unless the character's name is Kylie, or they have to sing How Far I'll Go. On behalf of the Performing Arts Department, I am proud to present the Grade 5 Dramatic Arts Award to Cruz Krenzel and Ben Leviton. Congratulations, guys. Okay, so for visual arts, the student receiving the Grade 5 Visual Arts Award demonstrated creativity and innovation beyond the curriculum. The student has an exceptional ability to see things in a different perspective and to add her own personal touches to any project. She displayed a variety of techniques and created several unique pieces both in and out of class. Finally, every time a volunteer was needed, her hand was the first to go up. On behalf of the Visual Arts Department, it is my great honor to present the Grade 5 Visual Arts Award to Julia Valdez. Congratulations. I would now like to turn it over to Ms. O'Sullivan to introduce the Grade 5 speech.
Good morning, everybody. Grade 5 is a very special year as it marks the end of junior school for our students. And for our closing ceremonies, it has become a valued tradition to select a grade 5 student to deliver a speech, which sums up the year. It offers highlights, special moments, learning curves, and sometimes talks about life's humorous elements as well. This year, it gives me very great pleasure to announce our grade 5 valedictorian, Liam Blum.
School is without a doubt one of the most important and memorable things in our lives, especially grade 5. Grade 5 was and will be the best year for most students, including me. And even though the virus stopped us from having our horizons at medieval fair, it was still my favorite year, from the science fair to the immigration project to the matchstick bridges. My 5th grade year started differently than it did for all my classmates. Leaving the school at the end of grade 4 was one of the worst things that had ever happened to me, especially after going to Aberdeen since grade 1. During the week I was away, I felt left out. I didn't have anyone to talk to, and nobody tried to be friends with me. And I had nothing to do at recess, and I already knew all of the work because I had already done it in grade 4. And my parents and I soon realized that Aberdeen Hall was the best place for me. When I returned, I was embraced by welcomes from everyone, and all of my friends, including Mr. Twig, were happy to see me. On a more lighthearted and funny note, during social studies, we were doing a slide presentation where we were able to comment on it to give our answers. When Addie typed beautiful, she spelled it as butterful, and Ben typed something even more off topic and said, big people eat a lot of food? And I've still heard it come up a few times to this day. Mr. Sharp and his classes are always fun, especially when we would do drama productions. They were always inspired by Shakespeare, and Michael reminded me of a really cool scene that I think we will always remember, where someone had a big stab himself and scream in the immortal words of Shakespeare himself, die, die, die. If you ask me about some of my favorite highlights in grade 5, I would definitely say that one of them is the science fair. My partner was Ben, and actually, we messed around a lot, but surprisingly, we were getting work done fast. Not to brag, but our poster, in my opinion, was one of the best. But I'm probably biased. We had so much time left that we added a project within a project. We started with the Archimedes screw, but then added the Archimedes claw. In the end, we came in 2nd place, which I was proud of. One of my learning curves, but also a highlight, was the immigration project. I finished the writing part of it pretty quickly, but when I had to decorate my poster, it took a long time. I was confident in myself when I was going up to present, but messed up, and I basically had a mental breakdown. I ran back to my seat, asked for another try, and I finished with only a stutter from here to there. You see, one of the best things about doing a video like this is that you can mess up all you want, but you can just do it again, and maybe even again. Well, COVID-19 has certainly changed school drastically, and also how we learn. Suddenly, our parents had to become classroom assistants, and our teachers had to adapt to teaching online. For some, this wasn't quite so easy. For example, Mrs. O accidentally disabled the unmute function during a Zoom meeting, and when she would ask us a question, of course she couldn't hear us. And then she'd say, "Oh, sweetie, just press the space bar." And when we would type in chat telling her we couldn't unmute ourselves, she would say, "Please don't use the chat room, boys and girls. You're supposed to be listening to a story." In the end, all of the teachers and many parents worked hard to keep the school running well. And I just want to thank all of you for what you've done for the school. And Mrs. O, you may not have won a card yet, but at least you know how to unmute us. In closing, speaking on behalf of all of the grade 5s, I think we will have fond memories of our teachers and the years spent in the junior school. And even though we are looking forward to middle school, I think we will really miss our fun and happy days in the junior school. Personally, I would like to thank Mr. Twig for believing in me and pushing me to be the best I can be. Mr. Twig was my grade 1 and grade 5 teacher, and I've formed many fond memories of him. I will also miss Mrs. O for her stories, Mr. Verboom for his creativity-spiking ADS&T lessons, Miss Hazeldine for her fun HAZE projects, and Madame Browning for her French movies. COVID-19 is just a virus after all, and many scientists and doctors might not know this, but friendship is way more powerful than a teeny tiny virus, right? Thank you for listening to my speech.
An excellent speech. Well, things are certainly very different this year, aren't they? We've all had to adapt to some really challenging times. We've been kept physically apart, all of us, that's true. But in many ways, I think that's actually brought a lot of us closer together in our hearts. In really tough times, challenging times, it's kindness and it's understanding that keep people together and keep things afloat. And as we say a very fond farewell to you wonderful grade 5 students, please know that each and every one of you has carved a very special place in our hearts. And we 3 teachers, Mr. Twig, Ms. Procé, and I, wish you only the very, very, very best as you move forward into middle school. You've become our family. And distance though we have been, I don't think that's ever going to change.
It leaves us only then to make a very special presentation to each of you. The good news is that you will all receive a service pin this year. These pins are awarded for volunteer service in and around the school for such things as providing support to younger students and help during recess, delivering lunchtime announcements, serving on student council, and becoming house team captains, as well as performing community service outside of the school. Each of you is a deserving candidate of these special pins, so we ask that you wear them with pride, as you have all made a real difference in our world by volunteering your time so selflessly.
All of you wonderful students will also receive a traditional Aberdeen Hall graduation tie. That marks your transition from the junior school to the middle school, so make sure to wear this tie with pride. Mr. Sharp has made a wonderful video for us to watch so that we can see all of your beautiful faces and share in your pride and your smile as we 3 teachers say a very fond farewell to you. You are forever in our hearts.
If what I am is what's in me, then I'll stay strong, that's who I'll be. And I will always be the best me that I can be. There's only one me, I am it. Have a dream, I'll follow it. It's up to me to try. Oh, I'ma keep my head up high. Keep on reaching high. Never gonna quit, I'll keep getting stronger. And nothing's gonna bring me down. Never gonna stop, gotta go. Because I know I'll keep getting stronger. And what I am is and what I am is musical. And what I am is smart. And what I am is and what I am is and what I am is there's nothing I can't achieve because in myself I believe in. Gonna keep our heads up high. Keep on reaching high. Never gonna quit, just keep getting stronger. Ain't nothing gonna bring us down. Never giving up, gotta go. Because I know I'll keep getting stronger. What I am is what I am is what I am is what I am is what you are is what you are is. There's nothing I can't achieve because of myself. I believe in you. Gonna hold my head up high. Keep on reaching high. I'm never gonna stop. I'll keep getting stronger. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Never give it up. Gotta go. Yeah, I'll keep getting stronger.
Wow, our grade 5s are simply amazing. Good morning once again. It was another amazing year in the world of junior school athletics. Our students bumped volleyballs, scored goals in soccer, swam laps at the pool, skied and snowshoed the beautiful trails at Silver Star, did twirls at the skating rink, and mastered the layup in basketball. The students were dedicated, very fun to coach, and always demonstrated the highest level of sportsmanship. In the junior school, we always emphasize the idea of student athletes, and we are very proud of each and every single one of you for always raising the bar and representing our school with great pride and character. The Griffin Pin is presented to any student in grade 5 that participated on 3 or more sports teams or clubs. This year, we will be honoring 24 amazing athletes, and I will hand it over to Mr. Smaldridge to let you know who our recipients are.
Michael Blitz, Nathan Miller, Olivia Promenche, Kai Payer, Chase Zacharias, Addie Zacharias, Cole Jabs, Brennan Wright, James Fry, North Cutler, Rebecca Wiesenthal, Maxwell Noose, Emmett Unger, Addison Noble, Malaya Jung Little, Jacob Erasmus, Liam Barker, Aidan Conkey, Liam Emond, Liam Blom, Dominic Goslin, Mackenzie McCleary, Gursaj Sandhu, Ethan Collier. We hope you will wear your Griffin Pin in the middle school with great pride, and we look forward to following you all on your athletic journeys. I would now like to turn it over to Miss McKegney to present the House Cup.
Wow, everyone. I have here, hot off the calculator, the results of our house team challenges this year. I'm not going to read them just yet, though. I'm going to build a little suspense first. So first, let's reflect on all the amazing events that we had this year, where you earned those amazing points. We had the fabulous pumpkin carving contest. So many outstanding entries. Oh, wow, it was hard to choose which ones to vote for. We had an incredible readathon this year. Wow, so many books were read, it took Miss Hazley and I ages to count up all the points. You had fantastic efforts during the Terry Fox run. And this year, our sports day was like no other. We had a live sports day here, and we had a virtual sports day. Wow, this was a close race this year, everyone. But now it's the moment you've all been waiting for, and I know you're on the edges of your seats. So, to start, green team earned 8,030 house team points. Yellow team earned 9,233 house team points. Red team earned 10,464 house team points. And in the lead this year, the winning team is the blue team with 11,011 points. Congratulations to everyone and well done, blue team. Now, it is my absolute honor to announce Malcolm Cusack with a very special speech.
Good morning. My name is Malcolm Cusack, and I am in grade 3. As you may have heard, Mrs. Ray is retiring, and today I'd like to share some special stories about Mrs. Ray. We have been so lucky to have Mrs. Ray at our school for so long. I first met Mrs. Ray when I started at Aberdeen Hall halfway through grade 1. I loved to read to Mrs. Ray, but when I was in grade 1, I would have trouble following the words. Mrs. Ray told me she had a magic trick up her sleeve. She took out her magic ruler from Australia and used it to help me follow along. Another time when we were reading together, I warned Mrs. Ray that the pages sometimes stick together. When it was time to turn the page, Mrs. Ray tried to be funny, and when she turned the page, she accidentally ripped the page in half. We both laughed hysterically for about 10 minutes. Mrs. Ray is always very busy being the principal of our school, but she finds time to teach us social studies during our online lessons. Mrs. Ray decided it would be a good idea to try to teach a social studies lesson with all the grade 3s on Zoom all at once. Let's just say that didn't go very well, and our next lessons were pre-recorded videos. One of the things I like to do with Mrs. Ray is knitting. One day, Mrs. Ray and I were sitting outside putting my knitting mistakes back when suddenly another student needed help. Mrs. Ray went over to that student but forgot she was still holding the ball of yarn. As she walked over to the student, she accidentally unraveled 3 rows of knitting that I had worked so hard on. We had a good laugh and Mrs. Ray helped me fix it. Mrs. Ray, we wish you all the best in your retirement. You will be dearly missed by every single student and staff member here at Aberdeen Hall, and you are always welcome to come back and say hello. To me, you have been the most special teacher, and I will remember you forever.
In closing, for today's junior assembly, I would like to congratulate all of the students, faculty, and parents for your tremendous accomplishments this year in academics, arts, athletics, and all the many student life opportunities. I would like to thank members of the Board of Directors and the Schools Guild for your support and volunteering at the school. We have had a tremendous year, a very successful year. In the first half of the year, we formally opened the Halsey Hall, formerly the Great Hall, and we also named the Hanlon Senior School. As you know, in March, we were hit with a worldwide pandemic, but I want to congratulate all of you for your ability to pivot and take the learning online. For 2 months, we were stuck at home, but we persevered. You did really well, and we learned a great amount with regards to new ways of teaching and new ways of learning. I'd also like to recognize a very special person, and that person is Miss Suzanne Ray. Suzanne has been with us for 14 loyal years, a tremendous employee, full of integrity, leadership, a work ethic like no other. I can't remember a day that she's missed, and she has been an integral aspect of the positive growth of Aberdeen Hall. So Suzanne and husband David, I want to congratulate you. I'd like to celebrate your 14 successful years with the Junior School Assembly, parents, students, and faculty. We wish you the very best in your retirement, and we know you will stay an integral part of our community. Thanks, Suzanne. Bye-bye.